Good grazing management is crucial for cattle producers as it directly impacts the health of both the livestock and the land. Here's a look at how a few small changes to how you graze your pastures can have a big impact on your bottom line.
Good forage is the foundation of a successful cattle program. For years, the top cattle producers have relied on rotational grazing to improve the health of their pastures, improve soil quality, optimize their forage, and maximize their beef production per acre.
The benefits of a rotational grazing are several-fold, but particularly you're helping Mother Nature take care of that grass first and foremost. And so if you look back in history and how the buffalo grazed this, they would go through as a mass herd and graze it and leave and be gone for quite a while, may not come back to that area for a while. So we're using the same concept as that in a way.
If we graze the grass all the way down to the ground where it's just eaten down, grubbed clean, that grass is so stressed and the roots, they have to produce that energy that is very slow in regrowth. And so we actually get a better yield, a better return on our grass over time if we go in, take it, rotate the cows out, water it back up. It's back to 100%, right? It's back to a full load of grass to where it can be grazed again in a shorter time.
We're, like everybody else, trying to do a better and better job of taking care of soil health and forage health, and a big part of that is allowing enough rest. We want to bring in the cows for a short time, avoid taking a second bite, and then get off that grass and let it recover to allow root development, soil health, a healthier, more resilient forage, better soil health, and hopefully more production.
Grazing management is very important to any livestock operation because it is the source, it is our factory from which we make a living on. And it is where all the equity of our ranching operations or our grazing operations are built. We can do a lot of other things to optimize our ranching operations and our grazing operations and to get revenue, but proper grazing is the greatest way to impact that.
It allows us to stock more animals on same acres, which is, buying land is expensive. And if you focus on the soil and the grass, the cattle and the profitability of it will come because of the stocking rates.
Having a written grazing management plan is essential, which is why NCBA puts on an interactive workshop at CattleCon, sponsored by NView and USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service, to help producers better understand how to create a productive and sustainable forage system. Attendees receive hands-on practical demonstrations on key aspects of grazing management while also learning how this will affect their bottom line.
I think it's been a really neat opportunity just for people to talk to each other. It's been nice for there to be a panel of experts there to sort of answer questions on a specific basis with the different special topics that are at each table. But then it also gives an opportunity for the ranchers to talk to each other.
It's real informal, and we're getting all kinds of questions from one gamut to the other. And you've got vast differences from the east to the west to the north to the south. And I can't answer them all. I know it works on ours, but the principles are still the same.
One tip from the experts: an effective grazing plan requires detailed record keeping about the history and condition of pastures. This information helps guide producers in making informed decisions regarding grazing strategies, pasture improvements, and resource allocation.
Record keeping is important. We keep a lot of records. We're recording when we rotate. We record the grass height when we move into a pasture, and then we record the grass height when they move out and how many days they were on that pasture.
We track our yields. We monitor those very closely. End of season, we're counting head days on which pastures to determine how much grass did this pasture produce. And then we do an evaluation. We say, okay, what can we do better so that next year will be better than the last year? We're the constant optimists. And we pray for a little rain, and when that happens, sometimes we, strike on all cylinders, and it's really good.
Learning how to adjust the grazing and recovery periods is an art, but the best cattle producers are willing to take the time and effort to learn how to optimize their grazing management.
You see tangible results and we can see improvements. And you know, sometimes it's not immediate. You have to be patient, and you have to be willing to try something new and different, and monitor your results and make adjustments accordingly.
I've had some friends that want us to help them with a grazing plan, and I just love to do that because it's helping others. I know what it can do to your sustainability of your business. If you can manage your grass and your soil and livestock in a profitable way, you're able to have a sustainable business.
If you're looking for ways to take your forage resources to the next level, then you should attend the Grazing Management Workshop at CattleCon 25 in San Antonio, Texas. Each attendee will receive their own grazing management workbook, which will help you to craft a personalized plan for your operation. Go to convention.ncba.org for all the details. This segment was made possible by the USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service Grazing Lands Conservation Initiative Cooperative Agreement.
The National Cattlemen's Beef Association offers lots of ways to learn about new production and management techniques that can help improve your grazing management. To find out more about all the great educational programs available, visit ncba.org and click on the Producers tab at the top of the page.